So aloha, this is Professor Del Carpio, and we are in Module 3 of our business course of emerging markets. So this point, we're like kind of on the middle of our course, and it's critical. Before we decide to enter in a country, to invest in a country, to make any necessary changes that we might do, we will have to do, we need to analyze different type of emerging countries and companies as well, okay? Make a good analysis to have like an educated decision, okay? So, student A plus, okay, student A plus, please, can you read emerging markets?
Emerging markets are complex but can be analyzed and understood by defining a best practice checklist that could easily be overlaid on any country considered an emerging market. Therefore, as you retrieve the readings and additional resources for this week, write down the main ideas that continue to appear and begin to incorporate these ideas in a best practices list. From module readings and your understanding of emerging markets, provide an overview of the critical components, such as the country's GDP needed to properly analyze an emerging market.
Okay, why did you decide to select that evaluation criteria? Okay, specific components. Why that especially? Is there actually a best practices checklist? Is suitable, yes or not? Okay, in general terms, okay, notice that I made some changes on the formatting, so it's kind of clearer here. We have some key components: political climate, infrastructure, what type of resources and government support. Okay, political climate. It's like one of like the most important, depending on what type of economy. Remember, what type of economy do we have? Judge.
We have
3 type of economy. 3. 1.
You mean
For instance, Russia in the past, or
no,
Poland.
Talk about the 3 types we have. We have a capitalistic market,
Or free market economy. Okay. What else?
We have what you call that
Command.
Yes, command market, and then you have
In between.
mixed.
All right, 3 types of economies, okay? Command economy is like the one that government controls everything, and then you have a lot of red tape as well, and certain inefficiencies, okay? Mixed economy is a transitional economy, so that's why I see the importance of like relying on the political and governmental involucration, actually, how much the government rules or not. Something I like about the human capital here. When we talk about that, we were talking about the capabilities. Module 1, we talk about like intelligent, like personal. Do we have training staff? What is the level of education? It's as well related to the level of education to have skilled workers. So nowadays, the emerging countries are not just relying on agriculture or like producing certain components. More and more, they require skilled workers, okay? The demographics as well, human capital. Okay, according to the students, there is no way of having a practice checklist for every emerging country or market, because they vary a lot, according to this student. I believe one of the analyzing, a good way of analyzing if I want to invest on an emerging market is going to be, I'm going to rely on the institutional voice. Look at this. I really like this one. We went over this last week. From there, we have like 4 sections. Institutional voice related to the government, related to the society. What type of education do they have? Do they have internet access? Life expectation, demographics, like Brazil, it keeps on growing, right? China had changed the policy of 1 kid into 2 kids. Security. Before, Afghanistan had a lot of potential 10 years ago, 50 years ago. Nowadays, it's war, nobody wants to invest on Afghanistan. It's not considered one of the emerging countries anymore. And the economy, of course, related to this, the GDP, but GDP growth as a nation and per capita. This is something very important. Middle class growth. It's like millions and millions of potential customers.
Right.
Okay, so this is something to consider. So that's why I like this part of institutional voice, okay, because they are related to the government, society, security, and economy. So capital markets, labor markets, and product markets. Can you read capital markets, student?
Yes. Capital markets. Sure. Limited presence, resource, or coverage of financial intermediaries.
Okay, labor markets, what's that?
Difficulties in selecting and finding trained personnel.
Trained personnel, this is something important. Skilled labor or not. Number 3.
Product markets. Poor enforcement of laws, non-transparency, and judicial systems, and lack of institutions providing information.
Related to the lack of accuracy on information, okay, they don't have like the type of companies that do marketing analysis in those countries is pretty hard, and information is limited. So if you're an outsider, that can be difficult. And this is totally related to the report that we're watching, like Module 1 and Module 2. One of the major concerns about companies who have been investing in emerging countries over 10 years, very important companies, is like lack of accuracy, accurate information. So, access to information, contra-informants, human capital, and financial capital. Another answer that I really like, this was like emphasis on population composition, okay? Again, skilled and non-skilled labor, and as well what type of like future or potential clients do we have. Population composition, we got it here. Who did this one of the population?
It was not me.
Okay, anybody who did this one of the population? Okay, my question is like, any concrete example? Can you give me any concrete example? Student C plus. Okay, can you provide any examples here, please?
Well, I was trying to say that there's markets.
Yeah, like
What?
India.
India, for instance.
Yeah.
Mexico, making car parts, assembly lines.
Skill or not a skill, but as well like Brazil is one of the countries that is like keep on growing, and it has got a high level of efficiency as well. So efficiency is related to labor or skill, talented personnel.
Education is as well.
Of course, it's related to education. That so the population composition and the demographics, how it is growing, it can be like an important, very, very important decision maker or key. Okay, if I want to get into that or not. I like that one. Technology, politics, and government, that's very good, but it's like very broad concepts. Okay, this student was talking about all this population, GDP per capita, in general terms, technological, level of innovation. I like this part, but it's like vague, okay? One thing I was saying in the discussion, please try to find a concrete example, even if it's only one, okay? Government support, I like this one. What type of system do they have, the laws? This is the Mexican government. Whoever provided that forgot about saying that happened in the Mexican government in the 90s, okay? This change of more government centralized economy into a free market economy. Okay.
There's no reference there, so I don't believe it.
This is of the 10 countries. That's the reference. Corporate governments. I like this one, but it's like more a definition, and this one is like more relating to like into a concrete company more than the emerging market. But so broadly refers to this. It's costume policies, close on employees. Well, I can see.